Welcome back, learners. Now let us look at our third concept, which is how to find the Southern Cross. All right. Now, how do we find the Southern Cross? Is that the Southern Cross forms a shape of a cross or a kite. If you look at the picture on my right hand side on my screen, you can see that I have 4 stars, and in these 4 stars, there is the shape of a cross or a shape of a kite. Now, how do we find this Southern Cross? Now, what happens is that the vertical piece always points in the general direction south when followed from the top of it down to the bottom. So this is the vertical that we are referring to. So what happens is that you always point in the general direction southward. Remember, this is our south and this one is our north. So when that happens, what then? You must face the south from the position where you can see the horizon, all right, in order for you to be able to get the correct kite shape, okay? So that is what we need to do. But then it depends what happens in winter, and sometimes it's different with how it looks like in summer, all right? In winter, slowly scan the horizon in a circle. In summer, scan the pointers higher in the sky. As I've already mentioned, that this process might be different in winter and it can also be different in summer. So we've already mentioned what to do in winter and what to do in summer. Now, when that happens, what do? You are going to search for a group of 4 bright stars and 1 faint star that form a shape of a kite. Right, as you can see from my right hand side here on my picture, I have 4 bright stars, all right? Then the moment you see those 4 bright stars, then you can be able to position to open your eyes and see that is this really the Southern Cross. But there are other things that you must be to check, because sometimes you can see you can say that you have found the Southern Cross only to find out that it is the false cross. Okay, so let's go step by step. So now, depending on the time of the year, the shape they formed will not always be an upright kite. Sometimes your kite will not be upright, sometimes it can face downwards. As we have said, depending which time of the year you are doing it. Are you doing it in winter or are you doing it in summer? All right. Then you have to check that the 2 very pointer stars are there, which are the Alpha Centauri and the Beta Centauri. They have to point to the top point of the Southern Cross, like in the picture on my right hand side. On my right hand side, this one is our Alpha Centauri and this one is our Beta Centauri. Where they are pointing you directly to the point of the Southern Cross. Okay, so please make sure that you can see the 2 pointer stars, because if you don't see the 2 pointer stars, that means you are not looking at the Southern Cross, but you are looking at a false cross. As I've already mentioned, that if you do not see the pointer stars, you are looking at a different cross called the false cross. So to be sure that you are actually looking at the Southern Cross, make sure that you are 1, looking at the horizon. 2, make sure that your pointer stars are there, which is the Alpha Centauri as well as the Beta Centauri. They will point you in the direction of where the Southern Cross is, and then you can make your beautiful kite or a cross. All right. Now that we are done in understanding how to find our Southern Cross, we are going to move on to the last concept, which is our nearest star. Now remember that we said that our galaxy consists of millions and billions of stars. Now let us define what a star is. Stars are massive balls of burning gas which are scattered through the universe. And they burn for billions of years, giving birth to both light and heat energy. And a new star is born when the gas and the dust are drawn together by gravity, forming a massive clump. And then that massive clump must heat up until nuclear fusion reaction begins and a new star is born. Remember, a nuclear fusion reaction is when the hydrogen gas converts itself to helium gas. And when that happens, light and heat energy is released, and we say that a star is born, and it is also living their life. So currently, even our star is still undergoing the nuclear fusion reaction where hydrogen gas is converted to helium gas, and that is why we are experiencing the heat and the light energy from the sun. Now remember that the nearest star to Earth is the sun, right? After the sun, we have the nearest visible star, which is called the Alpha Centauri, okay? After the Alpha Centauri, we have the Beta Centauri. So those are the stars that are closest to what? To Earth. Now, the Alpha Centauri is about 4.25 light years away from the Earth. And this means that when you look at the star, you are seeing it as it was 4.25 years ago. And the Alpha Centauri forms part of the Southern Cross constellation. Remember, we said for you to find the Southern Cross constellation, you must make sure that you are able to identify our two pointer stars, which is the Alpha Centauri as well as the Beta Centauri. Okay, those are the two that will lead you to the direction of the Southern Cross constellation. Now that we have looked at our nearest star, we understand that our nearest star is the sun, and right after the sun we have our Alpha Centauri, and then after the Alpha Centauri we have our Beta Centauri. What is most important to remember is that the sun is the sun that is the closest to Earth, and it is the one that we are able to see. And remember not to look at the sun directly with your eyes. All right. Now, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today's lesson. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope to see you again next time.